much of it is sitting on you. Because like I said, it's not just about who's around. It's about whether there are relationships that feel safe, consistent, and real. And I'll be honest, there are moments in my own home where I also feel that weight. Where I can feel how much is sitting on my shoulders in that moment. And it's not because I don't know what to do. It's because I am just one person holding a lot. Real quick, before we begin, if this is a space that's been supporting you, go ahead and make sure that you are following this podcast. That's one of the easiest ways to make sure that these conversations are where you need them every single time. And if you're wanting a little bit more support in the day-to-day, I share simple reflections and small, easy shifts each week inside of my Nature to Nurture newsletter. It's a space for you to slow down, to reconnect, and to feel a little bit more supported in your parenting and caregiving journey. You can join us in the link in the show notes. Parenting didn't suddenly get harder. We just started doing it alone. And I don't think we talk about that enough. If we haven't met before, my name's Tiffany. This right here is the Nature to Nurture podcast, and this is where we talk about what it really looks like to take care of our children and ourselves in a way that feels a little bit more steady and a little bit more supported. If you look at how most families are living today, you see one or two adults are carrying everything. The comforting, the helping with big feelings, the teaching, the constant day-to-day care. You know, just everything that comes with raising a child. And of course it feels overwhelming. When I think about my own childhood, I can see something very clearly now. There were times when my parents needed that support. They needed to have more adults around. And I needed that support. I needed to have more adults around. But it wasn't just about having more. What really mattered was knowing who I could go to. Who felt safe. Who really saw me. Who I could trust to be there in a steady way. There are a few key people that I can think of. My grandparents, a teacher, a family friend. These are people that I didn't have to question it. I just knew I was safe with them. And that kind of connection, that changes everything for a child. Because when a child has a few relationships like that, these trusted, secure relationships, there's a kind of support that naturally happens. If one moment feels hard, it doesn't carry the same weight. If one adult is overwhelmed, there's space for that to be held somewhere else. And it softens the experience of what's going on for the child. And yet today, here we are. We've built a version of parenting where we expect less support than ever before, and somehow think that we can have better outcomes. It doesn't make sense. This isn't just something happening in one home. This is something that we're seeing across families. Caregivers are holding more, with fewer built-in layers of support. When you look at it like that, if parenting feels overwhelming, it's not because you're failing. It's because you're doing a job that used to take a village with the resources of just one person. This shows up in so many different ways. Maybe you're a single parent and you feel this deeply, but you can also be in a partnership. You can have your family around, and you can still feel like so much of it is sitting on you. Because like I said, it's not just about who's around. It's about whether there are relationships that feel safe, consistent, and real. And I'll be honest, There are moments in my own home where I also feel that weight, where I can feel how much is sitting on my shoulders in that moment. And it's not because I don't know what to do. It's because I am just one person holding a lot. Maybe you felt that too. But here's the part that really matters. This is something that we can begin to change. We don't change it perfectly. We don't change it all at once, but in small, intentional ways. I want to make this feel really simple for you, because community doesn't have to mean creating something big or overwhelming. This can look like one other family that you see regularly, your neighbors, a friend, blood family, where your kids feel comfortable, where you don't have to overthink it, where it becomes a part of your rhythm. It can look like saying, "Hey, I'm having a hard day. Can you help me?" And I know how hard that can feel. I know it's uncomfortable to say, "I need help." But that's part of rebuilding support. It can look like your child having an adult that they feel safe with. Not instead of you. I want to be very clear. This isn't an adult to replace you. No. But in addition to you. And sometimes it looks just like not trying to carry it all alone. One thing that I did that I really loved is to build this community, to build these safe and trusted adults for my kids. I had some friends that we enjoyed. We didn't hang out a ton, but we enjoyed. And I said, "Hey, how about we take turns making dinner every week?" And so we would take turns going back and forth to each other's house, making dinner. This one simple activity built trusted adults that my kids talk about all the time and know they can go to anytime they need something. 2 of them. All by just sharing dinner. And not only did they find some trusted adults, I also had help. So I didn't have to cook dinner every night, every week, right? That's a great way that you can just ask for a little bit of help, not do it alone. Let people know when you're busy. Ask for help carrying the baby in the car seat. I know that was a hard one for me, and it's okay. Let someone help you. Take it. I want to restate, this is not about needing to have more and more people, okay? It's about recognizing that you were never meant to be everything. And when we begin to start making these small layers of support, we don't just help ourselves. We give our children more moments of safety, more connection, more steadiness. And that right there, that's going to shape how they experience the world. I want you to go ahead and take a second. Think about it. Who are the people who made you feel safe growing up? Was it your grandparents? An older sibling? A neighbor? A teacher? Now I want you to think about who are the people that are helping to create that for your child. If there's a gap, it's not something to feel bad about. It's something that you can start to rebuild right now. And if you want a little support with that, I have some simple reflections, small shifts every week in my Nature to Nurture newsletter. A little spot for you to slow down, reconnect, and find the support that you need. If you also want a little bit more of action you can take following this episode, check out that Calm Home Reset Guide down in the show notes. It's a really simple way to build a little bit more steadiness in your home and in your day. Like I said, you can find all that down below. And remember, You don't have to do all of this alone. And you were never meant to do this alone. Sometimes it starts with just one connection, one person, one small shift. And that can change everything more than we realize.